something slightly unexpected happened this weekend. This is Diogo. We found him on the side of the road. He has a dislocated hip, so we think he has been abandoned. This is day 2 of him staying in our kitchen with us. We'll fill you in on everything that's been happening with him.
Oh dear. So yesterday was a bit of a day. Yeah, we found a dog on the side of the road. So he was literally hiding in a bush. We didn't get too much footage of it because we were on the bikes and we had Frankie, so it was a bit like on the side of the road, so it was a bit difficult trying to manage everything.
You okay, Nate?
What should we call him? So we took him to the cafe that was just along the road, put a couple of posts up on Facebook of the local area to see if anybody knew who he was. Asked a couple of the local farmers that came into the cafe. The GNR, the Garda National, are supposed to come and meet you, check his microchip, but as yesterday was a Saturday, GNR was closed. So we took him to the vet ourselves and got them to check for a microchip, which there wasn't one. They also gave him a quick x-ray because he has a dodgy back left leg. He can't put any weight on it. Turns out he has a dislocated femur in his back left leg. So we're faced with a dilemma of what to do in the meantime, because obviously we need to get this leg fixed, but it's going to cost ish €300, which we don't have for a dog that's not ours yet, although I think he thinks he is ours. He is very sweet.
I thought I would just fill you in a bit more with Diogo. The first time we took him to the vets, we got them to give him a flea tablet because he was absolutely covered in them, and when we brought him home they were just, it was like abandoned ship. They just started pouring off him. It was horrible to see, and we just had a bowl of boiling water that we were just picking them off and putting them into, and I didn't really notice that he was scratching much, so he must have just gotten so used to having all these fleas on him that he didn't even bother scratching anymore. So I'm hoping that he's a lot more comfortable now not having fleas all over him. Another great thing is that we also asked the vet to check him and Frankie for leishmaniosis, so it was a real relief to get the results on that, which were both negative. We also decided to just book him in for the surgery that he needed because he was in a lot of pain. Even if the owners came forward, that needed to be resolved, and I decided that I was going to create a drawing that I could put up on our coffee page. And I'm gonna sit out here and make a drawing of his cute face now. He has the biggest ears ever, so I'm gonna try and incorporate that into the drawing. So see how we go. It's been absolutely pouring whilst I've been drawing, but here we go. Diogo. This black mark isn't supposed to be here, so I'm going to edit that out. I'm going to go scan this in now. We found him in the bushes, so I thought if I did like this leaf pattern in his ears, that kind of feels like how we found him. case anyone was wondering what my work setup is, my printer lives under my bed. One day I will have a studio office. And then I posted that on our YouTube community post, Instagram and to our patrons, just that if anyone wanted to help contribute to the vet bills then they could, and they would get this drawing. The response we got pretty much straight away was just mind-blowing. So I've just popped the drawing for $3 on our coffee shop. I didn't even know you could put a product on coffee, so I'm going to share that on Instagram and YouTube now, and fingers crossed we get a few sales that's going to help us to pay for his surgery. So let's see how it goes. So it's just 1 hour since I posted the drawing on coffee. I shared it on Instagram and YouTube and with our patrons, and we've already made €40, which is just amazing. So thank you guys so much, you're just the best. We're going to go pick him up now, so fingers crossed he's feeling okay. We've just got to Castelo Branco and we've already hit €100. This is insane.
Absolutely awesome. Comments are valued and likes are loved.
So we have Diogo home. He dribbled on his chin a lot, hence the tea towel underneath him. But yeah, just trying to keep him warm. He's grumbling a little bit. I think he's in a lot of pain. I don't want to show too much because it's a little bit gory, but there's his leg. He cried a lot in the car on the way home anytime we went round a corner, just because of the movement. I was sat in the back with him trying to hold him as still as possible. But I'm going to try and give him some water now, and I'll film some more in the morning.
You go pee-pee? I'll smell the floor to go pee-pee, can you? Good spot.
Hi, Jogo. So within 24 hours of posting up this post with the drawing, we had sold enough to not only cover the vet bills, we actually made €450, which is just insane to me. Like, the kind-heartedness of people, and we've experienced that so much since we started this project. Just people just want to help, and it makes you feel safer. If that's the best word for it. It makes me feel like supported. So yeah, it's just. And then not only that, the vet bill was actually only €160 in the end. They said they hadn't needed to use as much material on him as they thought in the end, and the quote we had been given was just on a similar surgery they had done, but I guess it must have been on a bigger dog. So it's just mind-blowing. We still need to neuter him and chip him and all of that, so we'll be putting all that money into him. And we did treat ourselves to a pizza after we picked him up because we just were too tired to cook, so thank you for the pizza, guys. Yeah, it's just mind-blowing. We're really our hearts have been really warmed by the whole experience, and now we have this sweet dog that we're looking after. We are not sure if we're going to keep him. the dilemma is, so Yuan has been talking about getting another dog for, well, probably a couple of years now, and I've just been saying again and again, we're just not ready, especially here doing this project. And literally the night before we had the same conversation, and we just came to the conclusion that we just already have so much going on here. We're just trying to work on all these projects we've got on the go, trying to make our life here work, that putting another animal into the mix would just make life too complicated. And then the next day, who do we find on the side of the road? So I don't know if it's a sign that we should have a dog, or we were there to rescue him, and if we can find someone who can give him a really loving home, then maybe we would pass him on to them. There's no way we're putting him in the kennels or a rescue centre. He's too lovely a dog to need to do that. He gets on well with Frankie. So far he's fine with the cats. We've been keeping the chickens in because he is a Podenco, so he does have that hunting quality, but I think because he's still so young, I don't think he's more than 6 months, he's very trainable. So yeah, we don't know what to do at the moment. We're just set on getting him healthy again. So yeah, it's been quite an intense week, to say the least. His name is Jogo, don't you know?
He's a dog from Portugal, Pedro Figo, don't you know? Oh, his name is Diogo. Yes.
His tail's wagging.
Oh, he wears a number 20.
He wears a cone. Just for planning the fencing. What you doing, Joao? Are you stuck? Or are you just happy there? You're a strawberry on your Alps.